One of the joys of my life is to get to come to work and tell you about people who make lives better all across the board. And I've gotten to know Dr. Dennis Black, who's a passionate dog lover. He's a naturopathic doctor. He's the founder of Ruff Greens. And there's a really big deal because he put a book together that is, first of all, so important for every dog lover in America. This is the driving force behind Ruff Greens, which you founded, Dr. Dennis Black, back in 2014. This is a USA-made greens-based canine supplement that everybody raves about. First of all, welcome to the Mike Gallagher Show, Dr. Black. It's great to see you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You bet. You bet. Let's talk a little bit about, first of all, as you know, Charlie Kirk's life was commemorated with the National Day of Remembrance. President Trump honored him with the Presidential Medal of Freedom posthumously. Just a beautiful, beautiful tribute. A U.S. Senate that unanimously approved it. Even Democrats were on board with making Charlie's birthday a national day of remembrance for this young man who did so much for so many. And I got to experience his memorial ceremony in Phoenix, Arizona, with the one and only Dr. Dennis Black and your lovely bride. In fact, you helped us. I don't know if it was your U.S. Army Ranger skills that kicked in, I think, to get us into the entrance, because we were having a hard time even getting into the State Farm Stadium with all the throngs of people. I wonder if you wanted to reflect a little bit on what brought you to Phoenix that day and why Charlie's life was significant enough for you and your wife to go to Phoenix to honor Charlie that way.
Yes, thank you. Well, we wanted to go because, as you know, Charlie and I were partners in Ruff Greens. He was one of our endorsers, much like yourself and several others. And we had worked with Charlie for about 3.5 years. So we got to know him relatively well and really supporters of his mission, spreading the gospel of Jesus Christ and truth in America. And so it just felt like the right thing to do to go and honor him. We had only been about 6 weeks before that. We had been to Phoenix to go to dinner with Charlie. And so we thought it was appropriate to go back and go to the memorial service. I didn't tell you the backstory of how we got in, but I ran across a Secret Service agent there and who was letting cars through, and he had been in the same Ranger unit that I was in. He saw my Ranger pin on my jacket, and we chatted for just a second. He said, "Okay, come on, I'll let you guys in." And so that's how we got in. If it hadn't been for the Ranger pin, I think we'd still be in that parking lot trying to get in. That was a madhouse.
It was wild, but it was also pretty exciting to see hundreds of thousands of people converge upon Phoenix. I mean, they had the big overflow crowd in the hockey stadium across the hockey arena across the way. But it was just an incredible tribute, an outpouring of love and support for this young man who, just brought so much grace and truth and the willingness to debate. And, Dr. Black, it's hard to even say it to this day, but they killed him for it. They killed him for it.
And he knew it was coming. I believe he knew it was coming. And it's okay. None of us get out of this world alive. But one of the interesting things is that when you were, and as you and I we were on the floor right in front of the stage. And when we got there about 7:45 or 8 o'clock, the music started. The music was so powerful. The praise and worship music was so powerful that you could almost feel the Spirit of God just moving around that room and changing people's lives right there. I mean, I saw people just break down in tears, just there on the floor. I mean, it was really powerful. And
it sure was.
I know you had to leave closer to the end. You had to leave a little bit early. My wife and I stood in that exact spot. We sat down, stood up, sat down, stood up. But we sat in that exact spot for 8.5 hours. We didn't go to the bathroom. We didn't get water. We didn't get food. And it felt like 2 hours. It was amazing. It was amazing.
I know. Well, it was an honor and a real blessing to be able to be there with you and your wife. And
Yes.
so, because we were all going through this together, and you've done so much good for so many people in the world, and I'm just grateful to get to tell everybody about you and your incredible products. I mean, look, I'm a dog lover. I had a series of Cocker Spaniels from the time I was a little boy. Then, as I got older, I got a Puggle named Rory and a Beagle named Buster, and I just know what it means for dog lovers to have a product that can really make a huge difference in their fur babies' lives. And you came up, you've got a great story. You're a you and I had a chance to have dinner together in South Carolina not too long ago, and I learned all about your life, and you're a stage 4 kidney cancer survivor, and frankly, there aren't a whole lot of people who can make that claim. But you used a lot of natural protocols to fuel your commitment to holistic health, and then you said, you know what, I want to do this for dogs. I want to offer to the world this wonderful, greens-based canine supplement with over 25 vitamins and minerals and probiotics and digestive enzymes. I mean, the success stories just come pouring in. My dear friends Joey and Peg Hudson, they kept telling me about Jesse scratching and scratching in the middle of the night. They didn't know why. They took him to the vet. The vet didn't know why. After about 2 weeks of Ruff Greens sprinkled on top of Jesse's very picky, dog food, because Jesse's a very picky eater. He loves Ruff Greens, and he stopped scratching altogether. Joey and Peg were astounded. Dr. Black, I know you hear that kind of story every day.
Well, the reality, Mike, is that a lot of people confuse medical issues with their dog with nutritional deficiencies. When you feed
Right.
your pet dead food, which is what kibble is, there's nothing alive in kibble. If there was anything alive in it, it couldn't sit on the shelf for 2 to 3 years. So it's dead food. There's no live probiotics or enzymes or anything, live vitamins. None of that's in there. And so when you feed your dog dead food, and your cat, by the way, the result is that you end up getting medical issues that you think require some kind of a prescription or something. But really, what they just need is better food. And so, what we've done with this book, A Natural Path to Pet Health, is to teach people how to save thousands of dollars on vet bills and pet food. We give them 35 recipes on how to change your dog and your cat's food so that they can eat what they need, and then you don't need to go to the vet as often. And when you do, it's just for an annual checkup. That's it. So
Every
and your pet will live longer.
Sure, every single dog lover in America has to have this book, and it's available now at Amazon. It's called A Natural Path to Pet Health. If you've heard me talk about Ruff Greens on the show, in fact, I was in South Carolina this week, and I went to Joey and Peg's house, and right there on the kitchen table, there's Dr. Black's book, right there on the kitchen table, A Natural Path to Pet Health. Now, I get to tell everybody about Ruff Greens, because I always love the offer. You can try it for yourself with a free Jumpstart trial bag. All you do is cover the shipping costs. You go to ruffgreens.com, and Ruff is RUFF, ruffgreens.com. Use the promo code Mike G. And by the way, I have it on good authority. I am the only endorser of Ruff Greens who is willing and able to commit to saying, Ruff Greens, so good your dog will ask for it by name. Now, nobody puts all the heart and soul into that
Only
appeal
you,
like I
Mike.
do, right, Doctor?
Yeah,
Can
only
you confirm?
That's
Only me.
confirmed.
Only me.
You're the only guy.
I'm willing to ham it up a little bit for you, because I know how great it is for dogs. But the book is really important because and I want everybody who appreciates Ruff Greens and what Dr. Dennis Black has done for their dogs to go to Amazon to order it right now, because it's an extraordinary way. And I always am fascinated by this. Look, it's no secret that you have a great company, you've got a great American-based business, you got tons of people who order Ruff Greens. Do you worry that people who are going to buy the book aren't going to have the need for Ruff Greens anymore?
No, actually, because one of our slogans is Ruff Greens. We make any pet food better. So
Yeah.
I had a guy who, when we were beta testing this about 8 years ago, he used to feed his dog steak every day. That's all he fed the dog was steak. I said, take some of this and put it on top of the steak and tell me what the dog does. He called me back. He says, you wouldn't believe it. The dog licked the rough greens off the steak before he ate the steak. I said, yeah, because you got a smart dog. Dogs know what they need. That's why they're chewing on grass all the time, because they're trying to get
Hmm.
some live enzymes and live things into their gut.
Well, and let me tell you something. I know, and I'm not trying to pick on Joey's dogs, but Simon and Jesse are as picky. First of all, they're the two of the most pampered pooches I've ever seen in the
Oh, yeah,
universe.
they
We,
have to be.
Dr. Black, we should all live the lives of Jesse and Simon, the two Cocker Spaniels in the Hudson household. And
Yeah.
they're very picky eaters. And look, I don't mean to give too much away, but Simon, as we affectionately call Simon, as kind of their special needs dog. They found out after they brought him home that he's got some behavioral stuff, and nothing dangerous, but he growls and has we call them little meltdowns. So, and he is the sweetest Cocker Spaniel you've ever met in your life. But they go through this whole food process where they sprinkle the food into this little mat, so that because it makes them look for the food. I mean, they've got this all down to a science. Well, Ruff Greens is adored by these dogs. They love the taste of Ruff Greens. So I don't want people to think that when you're sprinkling Ruff Greens on top of your dog's favorite food that they're not going to like the taste, because Dr. Black, I can confirm firsthand watching it, they love the taste of Ruff Greens.
Yes, yes. It's got the great ingredients in it is what makes them really want to get after it. So, some people tell us that they put rough greens in the palm of their hand and the dog just licks it off their hand. So I
Well,
mean, yeah, dogs love it.
they
Thousands
love
and
the taste of
thousands,
it.
yeah, tens of thousands of dogs love it on a daily basis, and the owners depend on it for the dog's good health.
We're visiting with Dr. Dennis Black, naturopathic doctor who has spent years helping people with nutrition. He turned his attention to pets, and I want to ask you, Dr. Black, about that journey. Why did you shift focus from helping people with nutrition issues and turn to people's pets, their dogs and cats?
Well, the truth of the matter is, people take much better care of their pets than they do themselves. But I was prompted to create this product because people kept asking me. They said, "Thank you for your products. We're feeling much better now. But do you have anything for my dog? Because dogs and cats are getting sick at a rate just like people are." So that's what we did, was we created Rough Greens simply to help them with their pet. It didn't take rocket science, and it didn't take long to looking at pet food to realize why dogs are getting sick at the rate that they are. It's because of what they're eating. Your grandmother taught you, Mike, you are what you eat. Well, if that's true, dogs are eating dead kibble. That's all they eat. And so we have a few tips that we give people in the book on how to just change the little things in their life that'll add years to the dog's life. They can add some fresh veggies to the food. You can add frozen peas and carrots and things like that. You can add that to the dog's food. You can add a little warm water to your food. You know how hard it is for a dog to take a bowl of dry kibble and break that down and digest it and turn it into energy? It's really difficult. If you just add a little warm water to their kibble and let it soak up a little bit, it'll be twice as easy for them to digest.
And I love the fact that there are no fillers, hormones,
No.
artificial additives. This is pure live nutrition that boosts
Is it?
your
It's the
dog's.
number one. It's the number one dog supplement in America, and for a reason. Because most people, they take a dollar amount and they say, "This is how much we're going to spend on this product," and then they make it. We did it exactly the opposite. We said, "Let's make the single best product that we can make. I don't care what it costs. Let's make the best one we can, and then charge a fair price for it." So that's simply our business model that we've always used, and it seems to work. People love it.
This is a great day for everyone to go to Amazon and order Dr. Dennis Black's new book, A Natural Path to Pet Health, How to Save Thousands on Pet Food and Vet Bills. And it's true. You could be in a vet cycle that big time, you're in and out of there over and over again. Well, Dr. Dennis Black is committed to helping you break that cycle. So go to Amazon, order a natural path to pet health. This amazing book, and we're all loving it, and we're certainly appreciating you so very much, Dr. Black. If I can just close on a personal note and tell you how grateful I am for your partnership, and I know what you meant to Charlie. The fact that you had such admiration for him and showed support by spending all that time in Phoenix at his memorial. All of us here at Salem appreciate you so very much, and the team is grateful for your continued support, because what you do for us is we get to deliver your message to our audience, is you keep the engine running, and you keep giving us the opportunity to tackle a lot of the tough issues that the world is facing right now, and we couldn't do it without you. And it's an honor to get to represent you, Dr. Black, on this show every single day. So please know how on a personal level as well as a professional one, how much we appreciate you.
Well, Mike, I just want to say you're doing the same work that Charlie was doing. You and all of the people at Salem. The only way we can turn America around is if we can change the minds of people who are lost mentally, spiritually, and physically. They're just lost. And so the work that you do is the work that we want to support, because we love America, and we want to get the truth out there. And so if people will just listen to Mike Gallagher, their life will be a lot better.
Well, and we need you. And if people will listen to Dr. Dennis Black, not only will their health be better, but their dog's health and their cat's health will be a lot better as well. Again, order the book today. Go to Amazon, A Natural Path to Pet Health, How to Save Thousands on Pet Food and Vet Bills. And don't forget to order Ruff Greens. And listen carefully, Glenn. What's that?
No, I was going to say, if they just go to ruffgreens.com and click on a Jumpstart trial bag, they just cover the shipping. We'll send them the bag for free. And then there's a link that'll come up on your receipt that says, get your book on Amazon. You just click on that. It'll take you straight from our website to Amazon, where you can order the book.
And so pay attention. And to my friend Glenn Beck, listen, this is how it's done. Ruffgreens.com, promo code Mike G, and order Ruff Greens today. Dr. Black, keep fighting the good fight. It's great seeing you, and we'll visit again real soon.
Mike, good to see you as always.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.